Today we'll recap a 2022 horror mystery film named Nameless Days, written and directed by Andrew Mecham and Matthew Weddon. On the border between the United States and Mexico, once every 20 years, there are days that locals call timelessness. At this time the gods, to whom the ancient Aztec tribe made sacrifices, descend to Earth to take human souls. Kindly remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video. At the beginning of the movie, we see some refugees who are trying to cross the border to go to their country. There we also see two siblings named Gabriella and Rahui. Meanwhile, a man asks a boy to go to the other side of the border through a tunnel and tell them whether there is a car or a person across it. The boy enters that tunnel, and after some time he is seen across the border. He points them from there, after which they all start moving towards the tunnel. Here we see that Gabriella is pregnant. Now a man enters the tunnel first, and only then do the sounds of his screaming and firing start coming from inside. Everyone is surprised to see this, and when that man comes out, his stomach was cut, due to which he dies. Then some scary sound comes from the tunnel, hearing which everyone starts running to save their lives. But Gabriella and Rahui are left there. Next, we see a girl named Nicole who passes by the border while jogging. From there she reaches her friend Caitlin, and they talk about some things. Then we see Nicole's dad Sam, the one fixing his friend Victor's car. And here we learn that Victor runs a podcast channel. Then Nicole also comes there where Sam asks her to give food to the animals. Now when she goes to the stable, she sees that someone has killed their chickens, which she is quite shocked to see. There they find a bag containing an ancient artifact, seeing which Sam says that it is an item of the old people and is of no use to them. Then we see Victor doing a podcast, where he talks to his audience about that artifact. He tells that a friend of his, Carlos, has told him that it is called 𝐂𝐄𝐿, which is a type of Aztec demon. Now Carlos tells that the women who died in childbirth would sometimes be transformed into a terrifying demon that would come back to Earth periodically to hunt for the thing that they were denied in life. We then see Nicole talking to her uncle Chris, where we learn that her uncle is helping her get her into a school in San Diego. He tells her that she will have to fill out some paperwork and get it signed by her dad. Then she goes outside and sees that Sam is looking at the paperwork, and he is a little annoyed to see it, because Nicole hasn't told him about it yet. Now Nicole tries to convince him that Chris believes in her and that she can get a scholarship by performing well. But here we also learn that Sam does not like Chris, and he did not want his only daughter to go away from him. On the other side, we see Rahui and Gabriella who reach a ruin, and only then do the soldiers arrive. Here Gabriella's condition was deteriorating, and Rahui asks her to wait there and set out to lead the soldiers away. He starts running out of the ruin in front of the soldiers, from which they start running to catch him. And then shortly after, there is a sound of firing which terrifies Gabriella. Next, we see Nicole taking a bath when she notices that the bathroom door opens on its own, but it is her dog. And then after some time, she again feels as if there is someone in the house. She comes out of the bathroom and goes towards the kitchen carrying a gun, where she finds Rahui, who is running away after stealing some food. Just then Sam and Victor come there, and taking advantage of the opportunity, Rahui runs away. She tells them that someone has broken into their house. Hearing this, Sam takes the gun from her and starts searching around the house. During this, he sees that the grill of the border was cut through, and his dog gets out. Now following her, he reaches the dead body of a soldier, whose stomach was torn. He then calls the border patrol and tells them about the dead body. But since that body was on the other side of the border, they cannot investigate. Then Victor tells them that someone had broken into their house. The police ask them some questions and ask them to be careful, as a similar incident happened a few days back, so they should stay away from the border. Now the next day Nicole is sleeping when Sam comes to her, and tells her that he is going to get CCTV cameras, and that he wants her to stay indoors and keep the doors and windows locked. After a while, Caitlin comes to Nicole's house where Nicole tells her about last night's incident. Meanwhile, her dog notices something and starts scratching the door. Then they hear some sounds from outside, so they go outside to check, where they find Rahui in the storeroom, who was injured. Caitlin thinks that he might have killed those soldiers, and she starts calling her dad, but Nicole stops her to do so. Now Caitlin starts leaving from there, and Nicole asks her not to tell anyone. After this, Nicole brings him to her house and gives him first aid, where he tells her that his sister is across the border and she is pregnant. She asks him how he got this injury, to which he tells her about a myth in his country about a woman who comes back from death to steal babies. Now on hearing this, Nicole is shocked and shows her the same artifact which he says is the 𝐀𝐋𝐖𝐀𝐘𝐒, the serpent flower. She was a beautiful woman who was sacrificed with her unborn baby by the Aztec king Montezuma. There is a legend that she comes back to haunt the border. Just then Sam comes back and Nicole comes out asking him to stay there. But her dog stands outside her room and starts barking. After noticing that Sam goes to her room but there is no one there. Now Nicole pretends that she is having her periods, after which Sam leaves. On the other hand, we see Gabriella who is in a lot of pain, and looks like she is very scared of something. After some time Sam falls asleep after drinking and Nicole comes out looking for Rahui. After searching for some time, she sees Rahui, whose injury is bleeding. He says that he is going to find Gabriella, but Nicole stops him and says that she knows someone who can help them. Then she takes him to Victor, who puts his bandage on him well and asks him how he got this injury. Now the scene shifts and we see some refugees who are quite nervous. They are planning to cross the border when a black shadow starts moving toward them. They think that she is an old lady, but then they notice that she is not a human being, after which she attacks them. And here we see that this is the same witch that Rahui was talking about. On the other hand, Rahui had told Victor the whole thing, after hearing Victor hand over the guns to both of them. But here we come to know that the guns cannot harm her. Victor says that his friend Carlos can help them with this and goes to meet him. Carlos tells him that this witch comes on these 5 days after every 20 years, and hence these 5 days are called nameless days, and it is difficult to kill this witch because she is already dead. On the other hand, Rahui and Nicole set out to find Gabriella, but Rahui was unable to walk due to injury, so Nicole goes to the ruins alone. There she sees a girl who is crying and she thinks it is Gabriella. She tells her that she has come to help her, but when she turns around, it is a witch. Seeing Nicole gets scared and runs away. She also asks Nicole to run away and both of them come away from there. Now Rahui was not able to walk anymore, so he stops, and only then that witch comes there. Seeing that they both run away in different directions. Just then Nicole sees a light flashing there, and when she goes there, she finds Gabriella, who had given birth to her child. Now she calls Gabriella to her, but then her phone starts ringing. Hearing the sound of which that witch comes there. Nicole now turns her attention to save Gabriella and her child and starts running away from there. But after going a little further she falls into a pit. On the other hand, we see that Rahui has reached Gabriella. Here Nicole comes to her senses and she sees that the witch is moving toward her. She is about to attack her but then Rahui and Gabriella come there. Hearing the voice of the child, witch's attention goes towards them. Now taking advantage of the opportunity, Nicole pushes her into a pit. Then Nicole brings them to her house and tells everything to Sam. But he does not believe her words. She tells him that she is the one cutting people's stomachs and she has seen her. Now here Sam starts thinking something, and reveals that the murder of her uncle Nicholas also happened in the same way. Then we see that Victor is coming to Sam's house when he sees the same witch on the way. He starts going after her in the bushes where she comes in front of him and kills him. Here Caitlin comes to Nicole's house and tells her that she will also move to San Diego with her, and pursue their dreams together. Then she starts leaving from there when Nicole tells her to be careful. Now, shortly after her departure, they hear some sounds from outside, and when they check in the camera, they see Caitlin's body there, which Nicole gets very upset seeing. Now seeing this, Sam tells them that there is a crawl space in the house. If she comes inside, they will get out of there and reach the truck. Then he locks them there and sets out to hunt the witch. Here we see Rahui and Gabriella in the crawl space who are trying to get out of there with the baby. And outside the witch attacks Sam, which injures him. Then Nicole comes to him and asks him to leave, but he tells her to go and save Rahui, Gabriella and her child. On the other hand, Rahui sees the witch inside the crawl space, which scares him. Now they start leaving from there and the witch starts following them, but somehow they come out from there. Then we see the witch coming out, who starts moving towards them. But then Nicole hits her with her truck and knocks her down, after which they leave from there in the truck. Then we see that after going some distance, the truck got damaged and they are thinking of fixing it. During this time they had left the child in the truck. And here comes the witch. Then after some time when Gabriella goes to see the child, she gets upset after not finding the child there. And we see that that witch is taking the child. Then Gabriella sees her carrying the child, and she starts snatching the child from her. But during this, witch stabs Gabriella with her fingernail. But then Nicole and Rahui start attacking her and Nicole snatches the child from her. Now she starts moving toward Nicole. But she tells her that if she does not back off, she will slit the throat of the child. Now seeing this, that witch goes back and disappears in the dark. Rahui then goes to repair the truck and Nicole brings the child to her house. Then we see that the witch has also reached there. So Nicole runs away with the child and that witch is following her continuously. Now, escaping from the witch, Nicole reaches a hill and falls exhausted in one place. Then the witch comes from behind and grabs her, and starts taking the child away from her. Rahui, on the other hand, fixes the car and reaches Nicole's house, where he finds Gabriella's child inside a box. Here witch sees that what she has is a child of a sheep, and this makes her very angry. Now she turns to kill Nicole. But the sun's rays fall on her and those 5 nameless days have also passed, due to which she gets destroyed by mixing in the air. Then Nicole comes back home where Rahui is waiting for her with the child, and all 3 of them were able to survive with that witch. And the movie ends here. Thanks for watching.